This is one of those stories that keep me up at night. You know the ones? You read them, and you think, God, I hope I never meet anyone like that. Well, that's exactly how I feel now. There are some things you just don't do. You simply don't cross certain lines. But I've met someone just like that. Let me explain. It was the summer I turned 18. I was at the peak of my awkward phase. Glasses, braces, knobby knees, pimples. The only good thing was my hair. Thick, long, and straight. People often complimented it, which made me puff up like a peacock. So imagine my horror when I woke up one morning before my shift at the local diner and found my hair falling out in clumps. At first, a few strands here and there. Then, whole sections starting to disappear. It didn't take a genius to see where this was heading. And I panicked. I tried everything. Oils, shampoos, special conditioners. Nothing worked. My hair kept falling out. I dreaded going out, meeting people, answering questions I knew I couldn't handle. How much longer? Is it growing back? What happened? I hated being the center of attention, but now there was no escaping it. I wore hats everywhere I went. I avoided mirrors. I told people I was sick. None of it worked. One day, I went to the mall with a friend and sat down on a bench to catch my breath. When I pulled my hat down, a woman sitting next to me gasped. "Your hair," she whispered, reaching out to touch my scalp. "Let me introduce you to my miracle product. It'll stop your hair from falling out and make it grow back better than ever." Before I could protest, she shoved a leaflet into my hand and scurried away. On it, a toll-free number. Below it, bold letters promising the impossible. Stop hair loss now. Hope rekindled, desperate. I called the number. A cheery voice answered. "Hi, you've reached hair today. Gone tomorrow. Please hold for a representative." After what felt like an eternity, a man came on the line. He asked me about my hair loss, how long I'd been suffering. He listened patiently, nodding occasionally. Finally, he spoke. "I have the solution you've been looking for. Visit our office, consult with our expert, and get started on the road to recovery. Your hair will be full and luscious again in no time." I felt a flicker of hope. Maybe these people really could help. And against my better judgment, I agreed. The consultation was grueling. The so-called expert prodded my scalp, muttering under his breath. He examined my hair, ran tests, took photos. Then he gave me a diagnosis. Male pattern, baldness. There was no cure. All he offered were expensive treatments that promised to slow down the process. I wanted to scream, to lash out, but I was numb. I signed the papers without thinking. I booked the first appointment and waited. On the day of the procedure, I sat strapped to a chair. Two technicians hovered over me. One held a metal contraption with spinning brushes attached. The other covered me in goopy, cold gel. The first one plugged the machine in and turned it on. The spinning brushes started moving. Then they pressed the cold gel into my scalp. I winced, then yelped, then screamed. My vision blurred. My stomach lurched. They had made a mistake. They put the wrong settings on the machine. I was in agony. When it was finally over, I stumbled out of the clinic feeling sick. And that's when I saw her. Sitting casually in a nearby cafe was the same woman from the mall. She sipped her coffee with a satisfied smile. She saw me. Our eyes met, and she nodded slowly. I froze. She knew. She had set me up. Why? To punish me. To prove a point. Or maybe she just liked seeing others suffer as she did. Either way, I felt a surge of anger mixed with fear. Fear of what she might do next. But mostly anger. I vowed to find her and make her pay. Fast forward 3 months. My hair was now completely gone. I looked older, wearier, haunted. I tried to rebuild my life, to focus on school, on friends. But the damage was done. People still stared. They still whispered. I still flinched. One afternoon, while combing through my usual social media feeds, I saw it. A video posted by the same account that had contacted me last year. This time, It featured a different person. Their hair was fuller than mine ever had been. They beamed at the camera, praising hair. Today, gone, tomorrow. Then it hit me. If she got her hair done there, then so did everyone else. That's how she knew about my hair. That's how she lured me in. Suddenly, I felt empowered. Yes, she had exposed me, mocked me, tormented me, but now I had a right where I wanted her. I messaged her, pretending to be innocent, asking about the salon. She replied instantly, eager to share her secret. She told me how amazing the owner was, how much she trusted him. She even sent a photo of the man himself. I studied his face, committing it to memory. Then I did something crazy. I traveled 2 hours to the town where her salon was located. I walked in confidently, ignoring the surprised glances. I approached the desk, flashed the photo I'd taken from her message. "Do you know who this is?" I asked the receptionist. She checked her computer, then looked up. "That's Dr. Charles Blackwood, our owner. He's not available right now." "Can I see him? It's urgent." "I'm sorry, but he's booked solid today." "How about tomorrow?" "I can come back tomorrow." "He doesn't see new patients tomorrow. Thursdays are for follow-ups only." I felt a flush of frustration. Had I been too hasty? Maybe. But now, I needed to act fast. "Do you know where he lives? I need to talk to him." She hesitated, then shook her head. "I'm sorry, but confidentiality rules prevent me from sharing personal information." "Fair enough," I said, knowing I'd have to try harder. "But can you tell me where he spends his free time?" "A gym." "A restaurant?" "Anywhere." She thought for a moment. "He frequents a place called the Daily Grind. It's a small cafe downtown." "Thank you," I said, already making plans. The Daily Grind was quaint, filled with books, comfy chairs, and the smell of fresh coffee. Perfect for a lonely soul seeking solace over a cup of joe. In the corner, booth sat a man engrossed in a book. It was Dr. Charles Blackwood. I walked up to him and said, "Dr. Blackwood, I presume." He looked up, startled. "Yes, that's me." "No, I believe you can!" I sat down, trying to sound casual. "I have a friend who's considering your services. She's hesitant, you see, and wants to know more." He nodded, closing his book. "Of course. What's your friend's name?" "She didn't want me to reveal her name, but perhaps you'll recognize her. Her hair is long, chestnut brown, often worn in a ponytail. She visits every Thursday at precisely 10 a.m. for her appointment." The doctor's eyes widened. He swallowed hard. I'm sorry, but I can't recall treating anyone matching that description." "Oh, I'm sure you do," I said, leaning closer. "But you might be remembering incorrectly." "Perhaps, if I jogged your memory a bit, it would come back to you." I reached into my pocket and pulled out the photo of Dr. Blackwood from the salon. He drained his face. I need a drink of water," he stammered, rushing to the restroom. As soon as he left, I discreetly snapped a photo of the empty seat beside me. Then I posted it on the same social media platform where I'd seen the video of the girl with the perfect hair. Beneath it, I wrote, "Who's this guy? Last I heard, he was at the Daily Grind, sipping water. Anyone know him?" Within minutes, I got a reply. "It was the girl whose hair had started this nightmare for me!" "Who's that?" she asked innocently. I smiled, savoring my moment. "Oh, just a friend," I said. "A friend seeking a bit of advice from you." "And that my friends, is when I got my sweet revenge. Sometimes justice isn't served. Sometimes you have to serve it yourself. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this tale of revenge, please remember to subscribe. And if you have your own story, I encourage you to share it. Who knows? You might be the next featured storyteller. Until then, may your days be merry and your enemies confused.